So, before I begin this session, if you hear a fan going in the background, I do apologize. It's really hot in here right now. I actually had to take off my pants before recording. That sounded a lot better in my head.
Grayman is supported by Patreon. Donate now and receive special early access.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Dream Daddy. I am the Grayman, and, had a successful date with Goth Dad. Looks like I'm not leaping right back into dating yet again, so let's just get right to it. While doing my afternoon word jumbles, I hear the mail truck pull up through the cul-de-sac. I wonder if we got any coupons today. The nice mail person slides a couple letters in a large yellow envelope through the slot. It takes a couple of tries for them to get it in. Get it in! Get that envelope in! Hey, my coupons! I take a closer look at the large yellow envelope. If the envelope is not coupon related, then I'm not interested. I lightly knock on Amanda's door. She probably has headphones on. "Hey, Amanda, you got a package!" She yells through the door. "What?" "I have something for you." "I'm kinda busy right now. Can you come back later?" "Okay, just thought you'd want this big old envelope we got from Hiya!" Yeah. Immediately, Amanda pushes her door open. Horn Institute for the Arts? Home of the Fighting Horns? The Horny Horns? Well, I mean, if you're busy, I can come back. Father, please. I hand her the envelope, which she tears open with her teeth. That's probably bad for your teeth. She doesn't seem to hear me and spits out a piece of envelope. She pulls out a letter and unfolds it. Oh. The suspense is killing me. This is her dream school. She thought of it in a dream, or will it become a nightmare? Amanda's face is unreadable. Really? She kind of seems to have that face all the time. I can't believe this. Oh, honey, it's okay if you didn't. I got in! I got in. Amanda tosses the letter aside and gives me a big hug. Congrats, sweetie, that's amazing! I'm so proud of you. She pulls away and looks at the letter again. Oh my god, I can't believe I got in. Well, of course you got in. You're a great student, you nailed that interview, and your photography is incredible. Dad, I know this one's really expensive, and it's so far away. I think for a moment. Hiya! Was one of the more expensive schools that Amanda applied to, but I know she's had her heart set on it for the longest time. Oh, for the longest time. She thought about getting into that school. It'll be tough, but we're gonna make it work. Amanda hugs me again. Thanks, Dad. Okay, sweetie, we're celebrating tonight. Dinner, your choice, wherever you want. Amanda and I walk along the bayside, tearing into our foil-wrapped burritos from a nearby food truck. You could have chosen anywhere in Maple Bay. Cost was not a determining factor. We could have had something Maple-related for dinner. Just give me a burrito with a view. Can't say I'm mad. Matt and I sit on a patch of grass and watch ships sail lazily through the bay. Those lazy ships. Get back to doing some honest sailing work. I know, I'm just excited. Did I mention that students get their own studio space once they're seniors, and we get all the professional photo editing software for free? Oh, there's plenty of ways to still get it for free. Screw you, Creative Cloud. It's nice to see Amanda so enthusiastic about Hiya! But I wish you wouldn't do it between bites of her burrito. I thought I taught her to chew with her mouth closed. I don't know, she seems to have her mouth open in that expression quite frequently. I think she would just feed the burrito into her mouth like a wood chipper. I wonder who my roommate's gonna be. You take a survey online and they match you with someone with a similar major and interest? I bet we're gonna be best friends. Craig and I were... A good roommate can be a lifelong friend. Or your worst enemy. But don't even get me started on bad roommates. See, what did I tell you? I'm just kidding. We didn't have a bad roommate. Our only other roommate was a puppy that Craig brought home one night. We spent a semester fabricating a story about our new foreign exchange student who had a really bad cough that sounded exactly like a dog's bark. Carl ruled. They let you have animals in the dorms if you get a note saying you need one. I bet I could forge one. I think I'll get a rabbit. Or maybe a snake. Or maybe both. Would the snake eat a rabbit, though? Get a therapeutic rabbit? Which sounds like an indie band, but never mind. I think I'll leave all of that up to you. She's so excited. I don't want to disappoint her. But I need to be real for a second. I poisoned her burrito. She'll be dead in 10 seconds. So, you know, I had that talk with Mr. Vega. I, and Mr. Blanca are very concerned. He didn't tell you about the dumpster fire, did he? No, he didn't tell me about the Dark Tower movie. I don't want to put a damper on the good news, but I need you to knock it out of the park with these last few months of school, okay? If you really want to go to Horns, we need that scholarship money. I know you can do it. I promise I'll try harder. Did she smoke some pot in between those dialogue bits right there? Because look at her red eyes. Think you can handle a 14-hour drive to come home for the holidays? There's going to be some treacherous ice roads to cross. And don't even get me started on the paranormal occurrences. Well, it'll be worth it if I get to see you. My eyes immediately well up with tears. Oh, Dad, don't cry. Sorry, it's just... I'm so very proud of you. You're all grown up now and you're such a good person, and I hope you know how important you want to be. And I'm turning into Miss Piggy. Kirby, why are you leaving me to go to college? Dad, stop. You're gonna make me cry, too. It's too late, honey. It's happening. Dad, I can't get tears in my burrito. It's gonna make it taste sad. Oh, don't worry. It'll taste plenty sad once you're dead from the poison. I pull Amanda in for a hug and kiss her on the forehead. All right, time for another date. So... As you saw in the previous episode, I went out with Damien, and that went surprisingly well. My goal is to see if I can go out with each one of the dads at least once before I decide to zero in on one and try to make that my main commitment. So I think I'm gonna go with Hugo, because I haven't really gotten to know him very much. So here we go. I navigate to Hugo's dad book page and type out a message. Yo, bro, where are you? I want some of that D. I think about it for a moment. Man, that's a lot of screaming kids that I'd be accountable for. And they're in middle school, arguably the worst age to be. Amanda silently trudges into the kitchen and pours herself a bowl of cereal. We need to talk about her serious cereal addiction. I'm super serial about her cereal addiction. Morning, Manda. Morning, Pops. Hey, how was middle school for you? Bad, but nobody likes middle school. It's 3 years of bad acne, crying, and being generally terrible. Trust me, that's some adulthood for some people, too. Everyone sucks. No self-awareness. It's just a bunch of hormonal teenagers locked in a gross old building for 40-plus hours a week, doing long division and starting fights over, I don't know, pizza day, top 40s pop. Middle school should be avoided at all costs. Drop out of school and hit the open road. What was your middle school experience like? I didn't like it. I had my first crush in middle school and I'm still bitter about it. Alexis Stuggs. You hurt me and I'll never forget. What'd she do to you? I stare off into the middle distance, remembering the 24 hours we dated and the 3 times we held hands between class periods. Then I remember the bitter betrayal, her leaving me for Arnold Birmingham, him making me eat dirt in front of her. I don't want to talk about it. See? Middle schoolers are reprehensible. Wait, are you asking me about middle school? Oh, Mr. Vega requested my help to chaperone his middle school class to the aquarium. I just wanted to know what I was in for. Mr. Dalsum had to call in sick, so he needs my help. You get to go to the aquarium? Are you kidding me? The last field trip I got to go to was the clam chowder factory. They didn't even have clam chowder. They gave us some square pizza at a clam chowder factory. Oh, is that why you won't eat clam chowder anymore? No, it's because Bobby Wellingham threw up in one of the vats of clam chowder, and I'm the only one who saw it happen. It haunts me. Right, let's leave that story firmly in the past. Anyway, you should just do it. Mr. Vega sounds like he could really use the help. Plus you get to hang out with cool fish. Maybe we can finally find Dory. Amanda, I get weird about aquariums. The oceans make me nervous. Okay, seriously, what doesn't make my character nervous? What, are you worried that a whale is gonna pop out of the touch tank and swallow you whole? Don't you put that fear in my heart. I saw Jurassic World, the threat is real. Well, do they have penguins there? Yes, they have penguins. Then it's settled. Penguins outweigh fear of the ocean. Just replace it with a fear of penguins. I sit back down at the computer and let Hugo know that I'm available. He tells me to meet him at the aquarium and gives me the address. I grab my keys and kiss Amanda on the forehead before I head out. I arrive at the aquarium to find the school buses have beaten me there. Preteens huddle around their teachers in small groups, yelling at each other and goofing off. Every teacher looks like they're at their wits' end. Hugo jogs up to me, looking frazzled. I'm surprised he can jog in that setup. It's been a debacle all morning. We're short-handed and most of the kids won't stop screaming. I'm sure you know this is the case with all middle schoolers. I lived through Amanda at 12. I'm all too familiar. Great. Well, it's you and me chaperoning a group of 10 kids. They're over there. Can you guys put your phones away? All the kids look up for a moment and stare at Hugo. They then go back to texting. As an adult who texts way too much, I'm in no position to judge. The classes start filing into the aquarium, and Hugo hands out massive staple packets of paper to each kid. These are due at the end of the field trip. Yes, there will be a grade for this. No, you can't borrow a pencil. The kids collectively groan and grab the sheets from Hugo. They start marking it with their own feces, since they don't have a pencil to mark it with. What's in the packet? Oh. Honestly, it's just busy work so that the teachers can have a moment's reprieve. I think one of the questions asked them to sit quietly for 10 minutes to think about the Great Barrier Reef. Teacher hacks. I like that. Wait, I thought you were an English teacher. What does the aquarium have to do with books? We just did a unit on the Old Man in the Sea. Nothing quite like introducing the kids to the futile perseverance of the human spirit by making them pet stingrays. It gives us time to check out the exhibits as well. Come on, they have a phenomenal selection of tropical fish. While the kids sit on the floor and pretend to do their assignments while they text, Hugo and I wander over to a large tank filled with brightly colored fish. Hugo points to a brown and white fish with long spines.
Ah.
That right there is a lionfish. Did you know that their stomachs can expand up to 30 times in size?
Hey.
Their spines are venomous too. Nature is hardcore.
Oh.
You think that's bad? Take a look at this one over here. Hugo points to a spiny, grumpy-looking fish hanging out near the bottom of the tank.
Ah.
That's a stonefish, the most venomous fish in the world. Really likes insulting people on Twitter. And they just keep it, keep it here? Oh, they're relatively harmless as long as you don't step on them. How the hell would... What happens if you step on them? How would you step on them? They're in the ocean. Tissue necrosis. Nature is wild. Hugo seems to know a lot about fish. I feel the overwhelming need to impress him. Hey, see that fish over there? Yeah, that's the... Gotta go with the silly name.
Oh.
Which he seemed to like. Did you know that... This fish sleeps upside down, but contrary to popular belief, it's not an actual vampire. That's the vampire fish. Wait, are you serious? I'm playing it for the gag here.
Oh.
Which he seems to like. We lead the kids around to another room. Sharks, sea turtles, eels, and other marine life swim around a massive floor-to-ceiling aquarium. The kids begin trying to take selfies with the sharks. The shark keeps on trying to do the duck face, and it gets really awkward and overplayed. Hugo leaves my side to separate two kids who started fighting over a Capri Sun. I walk around the room, reading the tiny little blurbs about different fish swimming inside of the enclosure. After a while, I look around and see Hugo again. He's gazing up at the aquarium in childlike wonder. The ripples in the water cast blue, moving shadows across his face. For someone surrounded by angry, hormonal preteens, he looks completely peaceful. He looks really cute in this light. I hope he doesn't notice me staring. Wow. I walk over to join him. Beautiful, isn't it? Are those two sharks kissing? No, Gray. One's eating the other. We stand together for a moment, admiring the wonders of marine life. We eventually make our way to the touch tank room, which seems to be the only thing the kids are actually interested in. The tank is filled with a variety of horseshoe crabs, sea urchins, stingrays, and small fish. I stand around the edges of the tank and keep a wary distance from the sea life. Who knows what kind of nefarious plans those horseshoe crabs have for my well-moisturized hands. Hugo rolls up his sleeve and sticks his hand in the water. Don't you want to pet some rays, Gray? Don't you want to play in the month of May? Oh, I think I'm good. I think I should just stay over here and admire them from a respectable distance. Don't want to pop the fish's personal bubble, literally. Don't make fun of me, but I'm scared to touch them. I get weird when there's no glass separating us. I don't know what any of those things are, but I get the feeling they will probably bite me in my delicious hands if given a chance. Nothing in this tank can hurt you. The stingrays have had their barbs removed, the horseshoe crabs only eat little clams, and the anemones are perfectly safe to touch. Against my better judgment, I approach the tank, slowly dipping my hand into the cold water. I touch a stingray as it glides past me. See? Not so bad. It feels like fun, slimy leather. The best kind of leather. Things get a lot less scary when you learn more about them, right? Except for people on Twitter, that actually gets more scary. I dive my hand back into the touch tank with a renewed vigor for ocean life. I poke at some urchins and feel the hard carapace of a horseshoe crab. My hand brushes against Hugo's as we reach for the same anemone. I pull away, blushing. We both wrap our hands around a nearby sea cucumber, our intentions clearly laid out in our minds. Hugo smiles at me. Hey, you're supposed to be touching the fish. Sorry, I just get a little carried away a little sometime. That girl over there looks suspicious. Why's that?
Oh.
Are backpacks usually that wet? Hold on. Susan! Susan, get back here! Hugo runs after a middle schooler and catches her before she can make it to the exit. Want to tell me what's in the bag? What's in the bag, Susan? What's in the bag? Textbooks? Want to tell me what's really in the bag? Susan won't budge. I walk over to Hugo and the girl. I think he might need a bad cop. Look, kid. I had a bud go down for that once. He came out a changed man. Said he missed the bars. You're not a teacher. You can't tell me what to do.
Oh.
Yes, well, I am. Can you please put the bag down? Next time we won't say please. Susan glares at Hugo for a moment before dropping her book bag on the floor. It lands with a wet slap. Wish I had something for a wet slap sound effect. We stare at it for a moment before it starts to move.
What?
The bag is alive! Hugo leans down and unzips the backpack. A horseshoe crab frantically scuttles out and across the floor. An employee swoops in, scoops it up, and places it back into the tank. She gives us a disapproving look. Jesus, Susan, what was your plan? I was trying to free him. To where? Outside, where he was gonna die? Susan, go back to your group. We'll discuss this later. Yeah, and hands where we can see him. Susan sulks off, leaving me alone with Hugo. He gives me a pat on the shoulder.
Oh.
Middle schoolers have sticky hands. I doubt that's the first time that's happened here. Or the last. In the next room, we see a variety of smaller tanks. Sea urchins, tiny fish, and a rainbow of beautiful underwater plant life surrounds us.
Yes.
Look over here. Hugo points to some seahorses gathered around at the bottom of the tank. One of them is in the middle of giving birth.
Hey.
That's actually the male seahorse. Sort of takes fatherhood to a new level, doesn't it? Hey kids, come check this out. There's a male seahorse giving birth. A low murmur from the students. They jump back on their phones.
Hey.
Fun fact, male seahorses can even give birth and then get pregnant in the same day. Man, we thought we had it hard.
Ah.
I wonder if they had to deal with their kids' awkward teenage years too. All however many thousand of them. You seem to know a lot about marine life, Hugo.
Oh.
It's not really my specialty, but I do make a point to learn as much as possible whenever I can. I think that learning shouldn't end when you leave school. We should challenge ourselves to find out more about the things we don't understand every day of our lives. Like fucking magnets, how do they work? Because if you stop learning, I don't think you'll ever be able to grow or change as a person. Good point. But I still don't trust the ocean. We'll get there. We finally make our way over to the favorite part of the tour, the Arctic exhibit. Do we get to see the penguins?
Ah.
We get to see the penguins. Hell yes. All the penguins walk around. Whap, 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 I'll get that Batman. Whap, whap, whap. For at least a few moments, teachers, chaperones, and students alike seem to be having a great time. What was I so worried about? This wasn't too bad. And then immediately everything went wrong. Oh my god. There's a student in the penguin enclosure. Wait, just kidding, that's very bad. Is it one of ours? It most certainly is. Molly Henderson, Susan's friend. I look over to the penguins and see a determined-looking kid crouching behind a rock. She's hiding just out of sight of one of the employees. Over on the side of the enclosure, I see the door to the exhibit ajar. Was it unlocked this whole time? We gotta stop her before the staff sees and bans our school for life. Hugo looks around. I'll create a distraction. Hugo runs towards the puffin exhibit and addresses the entire room. Everybody, I have an announcement. The whole room turns towards Hugo. Here's a few facts I didn't think you knew about penguins. Everybody just stares at Hugo, confused. Well, this is my shot. I run into the enclosure and am greeted by a cold blast of air. Psst, hey! The girl whips around to look at me. Her nose is pink from the cold. You can't be in here! Neither can you! I try to walk over to the girl, but the ground is so icy that I just end up slipping. I catch myself before I hit the ground, but the girl still laughs at me.
I don't know.
Contrary to popular belief, penguins are birds. Birds are traditionally known to fly, but penguins cannot. So I can understand some confusion when we're discussing the birdness of penguins. The crowd is still somehow enraptured. Woohoo! Yeah, talk about the level of birdness! Kid, what are you even doing? I'm letting the penguins go. They deserve freedom. Where are they even going to go? They're gonna live in my closet. Look, I just don't even have time to argue about this. We gotta get out of here. Not until I save a penguin. A little known fact is that penguins only live in cold climates, with some exceptions, so they don't all live in cold climates if you're, splitting hairs here. Did I mention that they don't fly? The crowd is starting to lose interest. I'm running out of time. Try to relate to her. I think back to the time I released all of the feeder mice from the pet store. It was a disaster. I was 6, but it was disaster. Molly, you know, life can be cruel. Money. Give me money. I will give you $20 right now if you leave with me. Molly thinks for a second. Okay, well, give it to me right now. I reach into my pocket and pull out everything I have. Well, I have $12 and some change. Also, there's a button here. Is that enough? Pay me the other 8 later and we have a deal. We move to shake on our arrangement before I suddenly realize there's a wave of birds on their way out of the enclosure. We're gonna have to block these birds. Okay, oh, okay. Whew. Okay, not so bad so far. And clearly I spoke too soon. Back, foul penguins, back I say! Back. Take my money! I'm trying to give you my money! Okay, whew! That's fine. 2, endangered animals and priceless examples of Arctic life escape, but that's okay. Glad that's over. Just in time, too. Looks like Hugo is wrapping up his diversionary penguin speech.
Hey.
That's a rare sentence. And I think that's why penguins are one of the best animals in the world. Few people in the audience clap out of a sense of duty. Everybody starts dispersing. Hugo spots us from across the way and runs over.
I don't know.
Molly, what were you doing in there? Good golly, Miss Molly! I was liberating animals, Mr. Vega. You realize that penguins can only survive in Arctic temperatures? You would have had a dead penguin on your hands. Well, it was the thought that counts. No, Molly, it wasn't. Molly turns to me. You owe me $8.
What?
Just... I'll pay you later, kid. Molly runs off towards Susan. I suppose they can compare animal thief notes together. You're not off the hook, Molly!
Oh.
Great, did you just bribe a child? Listen, man, we've all done dark things in our lives. I'm not the young, bright-eyed youth I used to be. That person believed in a world where you wouldn't have to bribe children to save a penguin. The me today knows different. I only wish I could go back.
Oh.
Let's just get through the day and get out of here. With the day finally coming to a close, the whole field trip is ushered through the gift shop, and we make our way back out to the school buses. As we leave the aquarium, the kids load onto the school buses, and Hugo pulls me aside.
Oh.
Hey, Gray, thanks for helping out so much today. You're a lifesaver. It was no problem. It was actually kind of fun.
Hey.
Let me take you out the next time to make it up to you. Do you like cheese boards? Hell yes, I love cheese boards. Great. Well, I gotta go make sure the kids don't steal anything else. See you around. But they've already stolen my heart. I walk inside to find the house empty. And there go the pants. I wonder where Panda's at. Probably having some bamboo shoots. Before I know it, Amanda pops through the front door. Well, they were all out of bamboo shoots. Just doing some homework. How was the aquarium? It was an adventure. Some kid tried to steal a penguin. We've all been there. I had to run in and grab her before any of the employees saw. You got to go into the penguin enclosure? Did you steal a penguin for us? Amanda, no penguins were stolen thanks to the valiant efforts of myself and Mr. Vega. It was nice getting to spend time with Hugo, though. I'm surprised he helped complete a covert op. He's usually kind of a stick in the mud. He's actually pretty cool. I had a good time with him. Alright, too much adventure for me today. I'm gonna go rest my eyes. You mean take a nap? Well, why do you even need to take a nap? It's dark out. You can just go to bed. Holy crap, I got an A rank on that. I totally wasn't expecting that. I kind of winged it a little bit more than the Damien date, so I'm glad that turned out so well. Okay, so I'm going to call this episode here. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you get the chance, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!